Hello, and welcome back to the PatricksGreenTea podcast. This will be a shorter episode because I spend a lot of time playing copyrighted music again, and I had to cut that out. I talk in this episode about a hospitalization I went through, and I didn't know at the time because I was never diagnosed with anything, but it was for a manic episode. I recorded a podcast episode where I was experiencing this, but I'm not going to release it. I ramble on about strange delusions that I don't want to make public, and I might release it on Patreon or something down the road, but it's not necessary for the sake of this podcast. I also say that there are no risks with weed in this episode, but I've since learned that there certainly are. Damage to your relationships, legal risks in states where weed isn't legal, lung or teeth damage, anxiety attacks in the wrong settings, etc. I think I speak so highly of weed here because I just came from an extended period of time without it, with lots of fear and negativity surrounding the substance, and the first high after all that time was overwhelmingly positive, so I couldn't help but say something positive about it. That's it, and I hope you enjoyed the episode.
Hello, welcome to Patrick's Green Tea, whatever episode this is. I really should keep track. I really should, as I said, write things down before I actually start recording. But yet again, I ignore my own directions. That seems to be the theme of my life all the time. I was going to say today, this week, but no, that's the recurring theme. But you know what? I'm enjoying it. We're having a fun time. This is how it's going to be. I'm just in a really good mood right now. I woke up on the right side of the bed, which is not rare, but, I don't know. So what's going to happen now is, let's say the date. The date is December 5th? Yeah, 2018. And I have a lot of shit to do, but only in the afternoon. The late afternoon, and it's currently like 11, what's the right time? 11:43 a.m. There are clear skies. The temperature is about 36 degrees outside. And yeah, because this is how I normally act, I guess. I just wanted to record that and maybe see how I change after this, and sort of remember or record so other people can see or whatever. Maybe for myself, maybe for other people. Who knows? Who the fuck knows how I am sober right now? I have not smoked weed in about 3 weeks, but I'm still really happy right now. And a lot has happened in the last few weeks that I don't want to get into, but you probably figured out. I feel like by the time this podcast is released, there will be things that happen as a result of the past few weeks. I could talk about them, but I'm not afraid to. There's no big reason I'm supposed to be quiet about them, but I don't know, the things that happened. It was just a lot. Thanksgiving happened, and then after that, a psych ward happened. Yeah, I'm okay, but that was a lot. I'm gonna leave that as an enigmatic sort of just drop. Yeah. So, like I said, a lot fucking happened. And there's gonna be more that happens. Good, hopefully. The bulk of the bad is gone. I hope. No, I know. The bulk of the bad is gone. I'm in a good place right now. I'm changing. That's why you hear this fucking jingling. That's accurate because it's December. That was my attempt at remembering any Christmas song. But literally my mind went totally blank when I did that. I mixed probably 3 different songs with just then. Yeah. Singing thank you for a real good time. I was just listening to that. And then I listened to, that was Loose Lucy by the Grateful Dead. And I just listened to They Love Each Other, which is off of the Jerry Garcia album. Whichever one. It's the slow version except sped up. So the structure of the slow version, but fast. And it's really cool. And I'm talking really fast. It's the structure of my own mind, but also very fast connections. I'm changing right now because I'm going outside to do the deed. I'll come back when it's done. Probably record myself playing guitar. And I won't record a long episode because I want to enjoy this one on my own. And as I saw on a train ride, important quote, some things are better experienced than explained. And that stayed with me. That really hit me when I saw that. And I know the last episode was like bonkers. And I don't like that's part that episode came out of a very strange state that I was in. It felt like I did experience an ego death, and like a lot of weird shit happened in my own head, and largely I forgot what happened. And I feel like I'm back to where I was before that week happened. So something probably did happen, either in my head or a mix of in my own head and other people, or just family or something. And I feel like it's more of a mix than one singular thing that I can point to. But something or many things definitely did happen. And that is part of the reason why, the psych ward did happen. I did end up going to a psych ward for 5 days against like me and my parents' will, which was fucking horrible. But they tried to get me out and they couldn't, so that sucked. But I could tell it felt like I had like a Jack Nicholson experience, like fucking Cuckoo's Nest. It did help me a lot, and I already wrote 2 songs about it in the ward. I'm sure that's gonna influence me later. Met a lot of people, but I don't know. What was I even talking about? Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows, man? This is just me being attempting to be entertaining. Do I have everything? It wasn't raining, so I don't really need my rain boots, but I want to be warm, so I'll wear them. Cool, it's like almost freezing, so yeah. And the 32 degrees was in Fahrenheit, by the way. And that's 36 degrees that I said earlier. It is not 36 Celsius. I don't know what that means in Fahrenheit, but it is not that. It was 36. It is 36, around 36 Fahrenheit outside. What am I doing with my day today? I'm glad you asked. I'm going to play at a senior center north of. I'm not even gonna say. North of something. I go there a lot. Hang out with the old dudes there because they all know the same. Well, we all like the same music ish. This is a weird thing. I do hang out with a lot of old dudes because that's just the nature of my music that I play. And it's very, very fun. It is very fun, and we have a good time. Right now, like I said, at 2 o'clock, I'm going to go to the senior center and play there. I've been doing that, I've done that 4 times probably so far. And, yeah, sound effects. Tighten the boots, tighten the old boots, the old Velcro boots, waterproof black Velcro boots. Lovely. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do later. And right now, I'm going to smoke. So by the time that happens, the effects should be gone-ish, or gone to where I can actually play. But right now, I definitely want to enjoy myself. So let's see how long I've recorded this for. 7 minutes, that's it? Wow, okay. Cool. I record for like half an hour or 45, or however long I need to. And then that'll be it. I don't want to record myself actually smoking it yet. I can at some point. I just don't know the legality of it. Not legality. I don't want to get in trouble with this podcast, but also I see like getting Doug with High does it. He just like fucking lights up on camera. No one cares on YouTube. So I don't know. Just for whatever reason, I feel like I shouldn't. For this particular time, I should really take the time to enjoy it. This is the last bit of weed that I'll get for a while. I know. Or like I expect it to. It could not be, but like as far as I know, it's the last bit of weed. I have $20 worth of weed that I bought off the street that I'm going to flush down the toilet because since in the past few weeks I've sort of decided to just get rid of it. It's not worth the risk of whatever fucking it could be laced with. Even though I read up on the lacings, apparently laced weed is very rare, rarer than I thought, way rarer. And when there's no incentive present, like there's no real reason. It's like people usually lace weed. Oh, it's a weed podcast, so I guess it's important to say. People usually, from what I've read, people usually lace it. They usually lace weed for the effects, for themselves mainly. So if they want like the K2 experience, they usually lace it for themselves. Or if they don't like someone they're selling it to, or something like that. There's intent behind it. It's not as random as it seems. So someone off the street could be selling
stuff they don't understand. They don't know what it is, what's in it. Also, so that's the risk factor that I don't want to sort of engage with. That's what makes me want to throw it away. That even the dealer could not know. But basically, there's no reason for there's probably reasons for a dealer to lace it, but it's very rare. Still, like I said, the risk is bad enough where I just don't want to mess with it, especially because I was in such a weird state of mind last podcast, and I don't necessarily want to go back in the same way. Maybe at some point by myself I want to go back to that mindset if I know I can come back from it, which is not guaranteed. I don't want to have a permanent trip. But it's weird that I got to that mindset last podcast without being high. Like, I was totally sober. And whatever I took the days prior, could not have affected me, because it lasted too long, that state, for it to be linked to whatever I took the Sunday prior to the podcast. So the brain is a powerful instrument, from what I've been told, and from people who've tried to figure this out with me, that what happened last podcast. And we don't know what the fuck's going on a lot of the time. Or no, that's not what I'm trying to say. It's like we can create a trip or something like a trip with our own mind, sober. And I'm choosing the acoustics, sorry. In my own head, I figured that I reached nirvana or something like that. People have disagreed that when I brought that up. One person has disagreed. But I could have. I think what I saw was not accurate in terms of I didn't predict any, what I predicted did not come true. But what I saw and felt very real, which is bizarre. I did hallucinate in a lot of ways. And everything made sense, too much sense all at once. And what I mean, when I say everything, I meant everything. Everything seemed like it was part of some conspiracy. Not conspiracy, but plan, or everything was linked to everything else. And it was absolutely bizarre. I thought I actually saw the dead. The undead. The fucking hordes of undead. And I remember what that felt like. So if I was ever tripping and I've had that sort of same experience, I would remember what it felt like. But it was just bizarre. It's more bizarre that I just came out of it, I went in and out just sober. Just from overwork or whatever the fuck. So I don't know. So just to keep myself from being delayed any longer, I'm just going to go set up, smoke, come back, enjoy myself. And I'll see you soon. Holy fuck. Okay. I've been experiencing some whack shit. I realized that getting high is absolutely worth the risk in some ways. Or I shouldn't be afraid of it, because it is it's something that is just, it's another experience. Okay, I'll say how it happened. I went to a street south of me, and then I was running between places that I probably shouldn't have been smoking at, so I just had to keep walking. It's kind of annoying, but the important thing is, right now, I need to connect to the internet. You
probably think your opinions matter.
No, I don't want you, Ben Shapiro. The fuck out of here. I want eyes. No. Not eyes of the world. I want fucking fire. Scarlet fire. Scarlet. Fire. Search that. It'll come up. Don't worry, Patrick. You keep fucking going. At this point, I proceed to jam over copyrighted music by the Grateful Dead, and then I just play some more music of theirs, and I can't really include it on the podcast again, so I edited it out. Start recording. Battery percentage is 86%. Time is 12:53 p.m. I got time and patience and hopefully good tuning. Let's see where this takes me. I play copyrighted music again, and again, it's edited out. Oh my god. I think that episode speaks for itself. I don't have to say much more. Getting high is absolutely worth it, and it is incredible. It's worth, maybe, I don't know, there is no risk. It would be worth it if there were risks. And there are no risks with weed, so it is worth it. It is worth trying and doing to people who haven't, and it is worth continuing to people who have. We forget how amazing it is. And if you all remembered and accentuated how amazing it was to each other, and not be ashamed of the fact that it is, I think weed will be something incredible for all of humanity. I'm gonna go now. Okay. Good night, children. I hope you are well. I hope tomorrow brings new sons, new daughters of Eden, and new love. Reminders of the one love. New love is a fallacy, but it is so beautiful. I don't know what accent I've been doing, but I'm going to change this one. Good night, younglings. Hello. Thanks for listening to the podcast. You can find me at Patrick's Green Tea on Patreon, Discord, Spotify, YouTube, Twitch, and Bandcamp. Patrick's Green Tea Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, TuneIn, Stitcher, and Instagram. At PatrickGreenTea without an S on Twitter. You can join our subreddit at r/PatricksGreenTea. You can make comments on the website PatricksGreenTea.com and on YouTube. And you can contact me directly at PatricksGreenTea@gmail.com. Thank you so much and have a lovely day.